Welcome to the complete animation of Diane Foxington from 2025's DreamWorks movie, The Bad Guys 2. I liked this movie, but I'm still not sure how I feel about it. I'm glad that I was able to see it in theaters because it seems that the town that I live in was never going to show it in the movie theater, even though they had a poster for it and it said coming soon. But I was able to see it in theaters, and then right after that, the digital video was released, which is how I was able to get the footage to make this complete animation video. At the moment, I think I prefer the first movie. But I do appreciate a lot of the stuff that they did here in the second movie. I think that the visual style of the movie was able to evolve and improve on a lot of what they were doing in the first movie. But it is still a continuation of that. And so it doesn't feel quite as fresh as the first one did. Because remember, the first one, which came out in 2022, it was part of that first wave of post-Spider-Verse animated features where, after years and years, they were able to finally, the industry at large basically was able to break free of movies that all kind of looked the same in terms of how they were rendered and things. But Into the Spider-Verse was able to pioneer new visual art styles in the realm of 3D animation. And I think that is a purely good thing. I don't think that every single post Spider-Verse movie has been like a resounding success. Like the Mitchells versus the Machines, or whatever that movie was called by Sony Pictures Animation. I don't think that one is, where it's at, as it were, when it comes to post Spider-Verse animated features. But The Bad Guys was it, and The Bad Guys 2 continues with its tradition. I really like just the way that the movie looks, but I do take issue with some of its rendering choices. Specifically, its heavy use of post-process effects. This is a very film grainy movie. And I think that film grain basically is the slave of bitrate. Like, imagine watching this on like some streaming service like Netflix, and you're only getting a really low bitrate video stream. Like that's always the trade-off when it comes to streaming. The way they're able to let you stream things even at 4K is they just slaughter the bitrate, compress it to all get out. And a bunch of the time it looks all right, but sometimes it doesn't. And all this film grain that this movie has, I think, suffers. Which is why basically film grain like this only looks good if you've got a physical copy of it. Either the Blu-ray or the 4K or whatever file format they use in the theaters. That's when the film grain doesn't turn smeary. And, full disclosure, the source for this video file was from streaming, but whoever was able to get it forced it to be at the highest bitrate possible. But even so, I think this would look better if I was able to get the rip from the 4K disc. I really like how they do the ears in The Bad Guys 2. I feel like when you're dealing with animal characters, the ears are just such an integral part of bringing their character to life. Because, you look at dogs, they're able to move their ears all around. And so animals who can move their ears like that, you add that to, an animated character, then you can do amazing things with the ears. You can make ears be perked up to be just alert. You can have them go back in order to help sell emotions. Yeah, The Bad Guys 2 does a really good job with ears, especially the canine ears that Mr. Wolf and Diane have. So, one of the issues that I have with The Bad Guys 2 is in recent years, I have become fascinated with rocketry. Like, it's nothing like real, like, it's not my job, I didn't go to school for it, but I watch enough videos on YouTube about rocketry to know a thing or two about it. And the way that they portrayed the rocket in The Bad Guys 2 bothers me to no end. There are just so many things that they just get completely wrong. And for one of the things that really bothers me is the way they do staging. Rockets, they have different stages so that they don't have to carry all of themselves all the way up. Like single stage to orbit is a really bad rocket design. There's a reason they all have stages. But the staging in this movie is atrocious. They spend so much time firing all the stages at once. It's like basically they didn't spend enough time with each stage firing itself. It's like each stage, like the first stage in this rocket lasted a really long time, and then the second and third stages barely lasted any time at all. And no, it doesn't really mean anything, and yes, there's a billion other things that are wrong in this movie, but for some reason, when I saw it in theaters, the way that they just handled the rocket bothered me. Now, this is the bit that everybody was like, "Ah, yeah, finally. Diane kisses Mr. Wolf." He didn't kiss her, she kissed him. Which I think is the best way to do it. Like, yeah, when it comes to portraying, one side of a relationship initiating, the next stage, having Diane be the one who kisses Mr. Wolf and then he kisses her back is the much better choice than him kissing her. And this re-entry bit also bothers me a bit because you see, the space station, the multinational space station, not the international space station, the multinational space station is crashing down and they're still floating. Like, the reason why you get all the, re-entry burn is because you're decelerating. They should be not floating at that time. Like, it's a thing that doesn't really matter, but it's something that's so wrong when you actually know a little bit about it that it sticks out to you. So but I like the movie in spite of that issue. Like, heaven knows that there's a million other things that animated movies do that have no bearing on how things actually work. That doesn't bother me at all because I don't know anything about it. Now that I know so much more about rocketry, I gotta go and watch Lightyear again. See if there's anything that bothers me now that it didn't bother me before. So, I do recommend The Bad Guys 2. I think it's a pretty good sequel, but I need to watch it again in a few months to really decide how I truly feel about it and get like a final opinion on it. But as it was a good time. Thanks for watching.